You are the person you are trying to save. Before we dive into today's podcast, just wanted to give you a gentle reminder. We will be closing applications on Sunday, June 2nd at midnight Eastern Standard Time. If you want to find out more information about the program, head on over to momisincontrol.com. We also had an information session on Thursday on my Facebook fan page. You can check that out at momisincontrol.com/FB. Hey ladies, I'm back and welcome to another podcast. And I have a very special episode for you. So I'm hosting a retreat, and this is my 7th retreat, and actually the second retreat for my Soul Elite group. And this is the Women's Leadership Mastermind, year-long mastermind that I run with women who want to create more sustainability in their personal and professional lives, and also jump into this deeper level of leadership. And what that means to me is this message that they feel called to put out into the world, the impact that they truly want to make. And the more I work with women at this level, the more I find that what we, myself included, are afraid of is ourselves. And this is so parallel for so many areas of our life, that going back to the whole essence of Mom is in control, and I've said this many, many times, but we want to feel in control of our lives, and when we don't, we then can try to control other things like food, our weight, people, our clothes, the cleanliness of our house, all because we feel out of control internally. And so when you start to gain the emotional intelligence and truly understand who you are, how you feel, how you process anger, how you process grief, what joy looks like, when you gain this awareness and experience of how life happens to you, and it's an opportunity for you to grow and learn. And too often, the messages that we've been taught as, young children is stay small, play small, don't use your voice, don't ruffle feathers, and be yourself and go for it. And don't go for it, like play it safe. And so as you get older and you have these, desires or a calling or urge to make a difference, you ask yourself, well, what do? I have this conditioning, and yet I feel called to act on it. So this is where you have to dive deeper into your personal development, getting the conviction of who you want to be and how you want to feel in the world, and asking yourself, am I committed to becoming the person that I was born to be? Or am I committed to being comfortable? And so when the answer is you're committed to becoming the person you were born to be, that is where the magic happens. That is where the evolution starts to unfold in your life. And so last night we were doing the Art of Storytelling workshop, and I wrote a story, and I want to share it with you today. Heather, you saved my life, she said to me softly while walking back up the stairs. I politely replied, "You're welcome. That's what I'm here for." Then she stopped me abruptly, now with an assertive tone in her voice. "I need you to hear me. Look at me. You literally saved my life." This time I stopped to listen as I sat in the discomfort of feeling her words enter my heart. I had a hard time receiving her gratitude. I want you to understand that without you, I don't know where I would be. I could no longer function at the rate I was going in my career. The pressure was overwhelming, and I brought it home to my family, feeling like an ultimate failure as a mother. You brought me back to life. In that moment, I saw her, and I let her see me, tears rolling down my face as I opened a little doorway into my soul, small enough to receive the compliment in a bite-sized portion. I saved her life, I repeated in my mind. I saved her life. This is what I continue to repeat to myself over and over and over again as I walked back up the stairs to the cottage doors. Overwhelmed by emotion, I went into my room and shut the door, feeling like I had to keep my shit together as I was the host who had an agenda to get through. Now was not the time to have a breakdown. Mask on, emotions away. I looked in the mirror with mascara starting to pool under my eyes. I saved her, I said to myself with a slight smile on my face. The warmth of the tears rolling down my face reminded me of the warm baths I used to take as a child when I was upset. It felt cozy and secure, messy yet safe, vulnerable yet free. I looked again in the mirror to fix my makeup one last time before headed back out of the room for our next workshop. And out of the corner of my eye, I caught something I never noticed before. The woman I saved, standing right there in front of me, seeking recognition. She wanted to be seen and heard, and I saved her. I saved her from so much. I saved her children, her grandchildren, and their children. I saved her. And because I saved that girl in the mirror, that girl was able to save other girls. And for many years, I wanted to feel in control, and I did this by trying to control everyone else around me. How my children acted, what they ate, how they dressed, how my husband dressed, how clean my house was. I was taught to give, to be of service to others at the expense of myself, to pour from an empty cup, to give everything you get, and it almost killed me. After finally listening to the stage 4 cancer diagnosis, I discovered what it meant to fully inhale and exhale. I felt joy for the first time. I rediscovered what passion was. I helped others discover these things too. I fell in love with dance, laughter, friendship, money, and family. I enjoyed parenting, and I stopped yelling. I saved her. And now it's your turn. Too often, we try to save the world, realizing that the passion and mission to make a difference is the difference we want to make within ourselves that we are unwilling to give ourselves permission to do. And so today my message is, save yourself. What do you need to do in order to become the person you know deep down you were born to be?
Before I found Heather, life felt hard. I felt stuck. I had a newborn baby. I felt that I had to get my stuff in order to be the best mom for her. And with that, I was also at a corporation that I was not happy at. I was to the point where every day I woke up and would just cringe that I had to go to work. I was angry. I was very angry. Everybody around me walked on eggshells. I would come home and just constantly yell. I had this feeling inside me that there was more, and I had no idea what that was. And so when I found Heather's podcast, and this woman was just so raw and real and no BS. I thought to myself, holy smokes, like, is this a real thing? Can you really like help somebody doing this? Can this be my life? Can I have this ease? Can I have this joy? Can I have this time freedom, financial freedom? I wish I would have asked for help sooner. Heather's no BS approach and just coming up to me and being like, hey, like, this is the life that you want. This is what you said you wanted. Like, you can't run away from these things. You have to go through to get to the other side. And so that was the biggest aha for me, was that I am in control of my life and I am in control of my future and everything around me. Trust your gut. You don't know what you don't know. And so investing in someone and in a program holds you accountable to a level that you never even thought possible. One of the very first mindset shifts that I had around investments as myself is that I can always create more money, but I cannot create more time. And then as far as, fear of failure, we all feel like we're going to fail. And facing that fear head on and being with a group of women and a coach who knows how that feels really helped me see that we just learn to fail forward in a very short amount of time. My husband started to see improvements, and there hasn't been a day that we haven't been thankful that I took the leap and joined the program. Heather is different than anybody I've ever spoken to or worked with, because she's been there, she's done that. Her cancer story and facing death and learning how to live really resonated with me. While I have never been in that position, I still felt like I was dying on the inside. And so her story inspired me that, if she can come back from that, then anybody can do it. And she has a no BS approach. I loved that she is so relatable, and it's not just strategy and mindset. It's all of the things. Like, you learn how to overcome fear and live in alignment in all areas of your life, not just one, and really personalizing it and individualizing it to fit your needs.